Hello there my friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. I woke up a little ago, made some coffee, and I'm here to introduce what I think is going to be a really cool day. Today I'm going to go to the book fair in Lisbon with a friend of mine. This is one of my favorite times of the year. I get a lot of my books for the year in the book fair. Also, I don't read a lot per year. I read about 24 books and I usually get about 5 or 6 of them at the book fair. The others I will get at secondhand stores or online if I find a better price. I'm really excited to see what I go find today. I really want to find the Camus that I'm missing, but apart from that, I don't know. I'm going on a discovery, so I still have some work to do before I leave, and I also have to practice the piano, and I'm going to trim some leaves of my basil because I'm needing to stimulate growths since it is looking a little bit droopy. So I'll do that and then we'll head off. Okay, this is the before and the after. I'm left with these basil leaves, which are very fragrant, so I'm going to add them to a dish today. It doesn't look very good right now, but it's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to become stronger, so hopefully that's what happens. And now let's get to work. Alright, in the meantime, I did my makeup after I finished practicing, and then I was writing for a little bit on my journal, but my beloved Muji 0.5 in brown has started failing on me a little bit, and so since I'm going to Lisbon, I'm going to try and pass by Muji as well and get some refills for this one. I even already made the next pages. I just always add some stickers and pictures and whatever. I'm currently watching One Piece, and so I'm adding a lot of One Piece motifs to my pages. I'm really excited about this day. I'm going to see if I can find some books that I'll end up really liking and just take a walk with my friend, have some food and chat and have a little bit of a whimsical day, I guess. It's about time we leave. I'm so excited. Alright, so I arrived to Lisbon and I met my friend Clau.
Hi guys.
And we decided to eat first just because I was very hungry and she was as well, because she just came out of a test from university. And now the book fair is all the way across there, but we are going to eat first McDonald's. And we got some good old McDonald's. And so we'll enjoy the view and just take some time to refuel before we head on to the books. I got hibiscus peach tea. It's really good, but it only tastes like peach. All right, we'll see you when we are at the fair. Feet check. Let's go. Okay, so we already saw some, I don't know what they are called, but just little bancas thingies, eu não sei, depois eu traduzo. And I found a lot of Camus, but in Portuguese, and I'd like to find them in English. I found Kafka as well. I found the Frederick Backman that I really want to get, but it's 15 euros, so I'm considering. And now we're checking to see what else we can find. It's going to be a great day. And this is also me getting over my fear of recording in public. And it's easier quando estou contigo.
Estou a ajudar, eu estou a ajudar, ok?
Okay, let's keep walking and see what we find. Olha aqui. Alright, I stopped to have some coffee because we just realized that our favorite store is not at the book fair this year.
Yeah.
So we're feeling a little bit sad.
Muito triste.
And to combat the sadness, I decided to sit down, have coffee, and chat. Recharge. I already have some books, but I'll show you everything at the end. Hey, este sítio aqui é bué da fixe.
E estava a passar a brisa aqui.
We came all the way to Chiado so we can go see Muji and get our pens for journaling. Yeah, there's music playing as per usual, and it's very beautiful. Made it back home. It is 5:50 p.m. currently, so we had a good afternoon of walking and exploring and getting books, and I'm going to show you what I got. I got 5 books while I have my first smoke of the day. I'm excited. Let's do it. It was very nice to go to the book fair today. We like going every year whenever it comes to Lisbon, but it was so filled. There were so many people that I think we started getting a little overwhelmed after 2 hours, and we left and we went for a walk in Chiado, which is downtown Lisbon. I don't know if that's how they call it in English, but that was also filled. It's normal. This is the time for tourism, you know. But okay, let me show you what I got. I'll pull randomly. Alright, first, I'm so excited about this. We have Passion According to GH by Clarice Lispector. I got all of my books in Portuguese. This one is Brazilian Portuguese. Because I didn't find any books in English today. So everything I got was Portuguese, but I will translate the titles for you, of course. This is a book that I'm very, very excited to read because I read A Breath of Life, Um Sopro de Vida, by Clarice, and I really enjoyed it. So now I'm going to get the chance to read this one, and I'm very excited. It looks really cool. Then what do I have here? Oh, we have The Rebel by Camus. I knew I wanted to get some Camus. Camus is my favorite author, and I'm trying to get through all of his writings, and so I haven't read The Rebel yet. I'm also missing The Outsider, but I couldn't find it. And then there's the plays, which I also haven't read any. But The Rebel, O Homem Revoltado, I'm really excited to read this one as well. I'm excited about all of the books that I got, to be honest, so I'm probably going to be saying that about all of them. I actually wanted to do this portion of the video outside, but it's very, very windy today, so it's quite difficult to find a place where it's calm and quiet, and that's kind of what I wanted after the chaotic Lisbon. Alright, then we have... Oh, okay, this is The Myth of Sisyphus by Camus. I read this in ebook version, but I had a very hard time understanding it, and so I felt like I wanted to get the physical copy once I could find a decent price for it, so I can take annotations and write things down so I can better understand the book, because I really enjoyed what I read, but I could enjoy it a lot more if I had a better understanding. And for me, I'm really visual with my notes and annotating things, and it helps me a lot to understand what I'm reading when I can write things down as I go. And so I found this one, which is the same edition. So now I have 5 physical Camus. I have The Fall, The First Man, and The Plague, and now these 2 as well. So I'm very, very happy about that, very grateful. There were so many people walking around, and just seeing what everybody had in their hands was really cool. Seeing the choices and the different types of literature that people choose is really interesting. The lady in front of me, when I was checking out for these Camus, she was buying The Fall, and I just turned to her and I said, "That is my favorite Camus, you're going to have a great time." And she just seemed so excited about it, and it was really cute. Alright, then we have one of the pens I got at Muji. I always get the 05 ones because they are the ones that I like to write with the most, so I got this pink one. Next, we have The Trial by Kafka. Haven't read this. I've heard it's really good. I'm really trying to get more into Kafka. I only read Metamorphosis and Letters to Milena, so The Trial is going to be next. I'm really, really excited about this one because it's a pocket edition, so it's quite small, but the letters are also quite on the small size, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to read than a book that has more spacing, but still I thought this edition was so cool, so I got it. Last but not least, I got A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, because I have heard so many things about this book, and I was really, really curious to see what it was all about, and it had this fantastic cover with a cat. So I got this penguin collection one, and I'm really, really excited to read this. I'm pretty much set with books for the rest of the year because I still have some to read on my shelf which I haven't gotten to yet. So I love the book fair. And then I also got the brown pen that I was looking forward to getting, that I usually use to write. They didn't have refills, they only had the full pen, which I didn't really like because I enjoy Muji pens because I can buy one pen and then I only have to buy the refills, but there's no refills for the brown color yet. Maybe they'll come in the future, maybe not, I don't know. But I'm really excited to have been able to get it either way, and now I can write without the fear that my pen will run out. So I will now store all of these books in my shelf, and I will probably start editing this video up until dinner time, and then I'll possibly see you again for my nighttime smoke. Tu não estás... Oh, assim estás. It is at last the end of the day, and it is also time for me to have my second and last also cigarette, and so I shall enjoy it by the window. Dinner with my dad was really pleasant, as always. I've started feeling those, I don't know how to explain it, but little intermittent moments of the day where a doom washes over me. I am very prone to repetitive cycles of depression and feeling better, which is much better than how I was feeling when I was younger, which was much more time spent in depression than in any other state. So I'm grateful for the position I'm in now, but still, things will be going great for a while, and then all of a sudden, certain moments throughout the day where my brain is like, what if everything crumbles? What if everything falls apart? And I feel like I've been through this so many times that I have to catch myself a lot earlier and just be able to block those thought patterns before they become a snowball, you know, when this takes up much more time of your day than little sudden moments. And so I have been noticing them, and I have been observing them, and I've not been paying too much attention, not trying to get any meaning out of it, just, you know, telling myself this is a normal fluctuation of my mood, and I'll do whatever I can in order to flow through it gracefully. But if I end up going through another tough period, then that's what it is, I guess. Of course I don't want to, but at the end of the day, you cannot always just feel one emotion. Also, I think that would be a little boring. Well, boring is this dumb word because I don't particularly enjoy being sad. I feel like one thing is true is that I've been able to appreciate the happiness and the good emotions much more. I feel like because I went through so much of the opposite emotions, you know, and so I don't know. Guess I'm trying to rationalize it a little bit. Today was a very, very great day, and I'm so happy that I always get to be with my friend for at least one afternoon per week, because she's very, very sweet and just one of those people that always wants the best for everybody and is just trying her best to go through the world with all of the million things that she has to do. You know, she's very brave and hardworking and just a very good role model and example to have in my life. I don't have many friends, but I feel like I've really been able to create a group of people that really connect, me with them and them with me, you know. And that just feels so good to feel like you have people by your side that you can speak about all of your things with and listen about all of their things without judgment, just being there for one another, you know. It's important to go through the world hand in hand, I think, at least. And so it's just great. I've been feeling very, very grateful for more circumstances as of late. All of the things that I created and built, and all of the things that were built for me and created for me. I don't know, just the communities that I get to be a part of, my country, however messed up it may be in some aspects, also has a lot of really nice people, a lot of really nice food, beautiful places to visit, a lot of them free, parks, public libraries, you know. There's a lot that I just can think of right off the bat that I'm very, very grateful for, and I've been doing this practice of thinking about 3 things that I'm grateful for before I fall asleep. I've actually been having some trouble sleeping again, which is another one of my cycles. I've learned not to go too much into despair. I know it will go away sooner or later, but one thing that really helps me, and I figured this out by myself a couple of years ago just because I was desperate, is counting. Because I remembered the counting sheep thing, and so I just count. I go like 1, 2, 3 in my head. Really, if you're having trouble sleeping, try counting, because I figured that for me, sometimes I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping because I am ruminating over things that I have to do or things that I'm worrying about. And if you just focus on numbers, it's a little easier because you are defocusing from your worries, at least while you are focusing on counting. But I've also noticed, and I think everybody can do this, I don't know, it's probably not a special ability, but I kind of have the numbers at the forefront, so I'm counting 1, 2, 3, and while I'm counting, it's like there's a second layer of thought behind it, and in that layer it's like I'm whispering to myself all of the things that I'm worried about, and this all happens in my head, not out loud at all, but I'm like 1, 2, 3, oh my god, what about that thing that I have to go do tomorrow and I'm kind of nervous about, and I'm like, what, how, you know, just focus on the numbers, try not to listen to this background voice so much, girly, I tell myself. And so it's a whole process, me and my sleep. Ugh, oh my god, hopefully one day I'll figure it out, but for now counting helps. Alrighty, my friends, I will finish this night off by playing a very relaxing game of League of Legends. I just love that game so much. It is a lot of fun. As angry as it can make me sometimes, it's my favorite game of all time. I have thousands of hours and I will continue putting more hours in just because I love it. I just love it. So I hope you've had a great day and I hope you enjoyed watching this video too. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye!